Hola lovelies, this is Zoe, and today I want to talk about making the distinction between monoracial light-skinned black woman and light-skinned biracial mixed woman. And I want to know why people like to group light-skinned monoracial black people with light-skinned biracial people as if they are the same. Now let me explain the difference. Light-skinned black people have two black parents, therefore they are monoracial. And light-skinned biracial mixed people have parents from two different races. And I think it isn't wrong to put them in the same category because a mixed biracial person can't relate to a monoracial light-skinned person. They have different experiences. Over here in America, both white people and black people like to group biracials with black people. And that is problematic because these people don't realize that they are erasing us black people. We call light-skinned biracials light-skinned black people as if they're the same, but you never hear anybody say that biracials are dark-skinned white people or mixed white or mixed Asians. White Americans don't use the one drop rule. Therefore, black Americans shouldn't use it either. It is annoying when I hear people say biracial black people like there is no such thing as a biracial black person. You're either black or you're biracial. You can't be both. You can't play both sides. If there is a biracial who identifies with their black side more, like let's say they call themselves black and they date black people and are around black people majority of the time, then they would still be called biracial, but they would be called black identified biracials because they only identify with their black side, and they would be considered an ally to black people. In the black community, some black people think light skin equals biracial, while dark skin and brown skin shades are seen as black, and it is quite sad that light skinned black people's blackness is always questioned just for being light skinned. Ever since slavery and race mixing today, black people can come into this world looking like anything from dark skin to brown skin to albino. We come in many shades, and this is just a friendly reminder that there is colorism in the biracial mixed community too, because biracials who are half black come in many shades like black people. But when people think of biracials, they think of light skin, curly hair that is 2A to 3C hair, and a biracial person is supposed to have colored eyes. But we have dark brown and dark skinned biracials too. For example, we have light-skinned biracials like Zendaya and Zoe Kravitz. We have brown-skinned biracials like Yara Shahidi and Sharon Lill. We have dark-skinned biracials like Chili from TLC and Tatiana Ali, Kim Porter, and China Lane. And just like light-skinned black people and light-skinned biracials aren't the same thing could be said about brown-skinned and dark-skinned biracials. They aren't the same as unambiguous black people. And just because dark-skinned biracials are darker than light-skinned biracial doesn't mean they are more black. And just because they are darker than light-skinned black people doesn't mean they are blacker or more black. They are still mixed, just dark-skinned. For example, we have light-skinned celebrities such as Michael Ealy and Stephen Curry, and then we have biracial celebrities like Matt James from the ABC show The Bachelor. In an interview, Matt James stated that he was biracial but was happy to be the first black bachelor, but he wasn't the first black bachelor because he isn't fully black. He was a mixed guy trying to play both fields, and people in the black community will see Michael Ealy and Stephen Curry as mixed and not black enough, but they both have black parents, while they will see Matt James as black just because of his dark complexion and he looks like a phenotypically black man in the media. I remember seeing his interview before the Bachelor show premiered, and there were black people in the comment section saying how they didn't know he was biracial until they saw his mother and until he said he was mixed. In my opinion, I think he shouldn't have taken the role since he is biracial, and he shouldn't be trying to play both fields. You can't be both. Both light-skinned and dark-skinned biracial should be considered mixed, not black. If you don't have two black parents, then you are not black. And biracial shouldn't represent black people. For a few years now, black people, particularly black women on and offline, have been complaining about biracials replacing them. And yes, I know black men are being replaced, but it happens to black women more. And just like dark-skinned women are being replaced by biracial women, light-skinned black women are being replaced by biracials too. While light-skinned black women are being replaced by light-skinned biracials, our unambiguous dark-skinned black women sisters are being replaced by both dark-skinned and light-skinned biracials. There are a lot of dark-skinned and brown-skinned people who you think are black, but until you Google them and look them up, you see they are biracial. And another reason why I don't want to group biracials with black is because when a biracial is doing good, they are considered biracial and they are not grouped in with black people. But when a biracial does something bad, they get grouped in with black people, and it is not fair, and it isn't black people's fault or fight. Whatever bad they do, it will get put on to the black community. And I would like to add that in the black community, when a light-skinned biracial does something bad to black women, like being colorist or anti-black or just erasing black women, they get grouped in with light-skinned black women. And light-skinned black women get blamed for this. For example, with the Annie and Georgia Smith situation, a lot of people were mad that Amia Brave was replaced by Georgia Smith and they didn't include Amia Brave on the remix. And Georgia Smith got more attention for this song than Annie did. Now, black women were blaming light-skinned black women for this, but Georgia Smith isn't a black woman. She is light-skinned biracial woman. And monoracial light-skinned women were upset that dark-skinned black women were grouping them in with Georgia Smith. And another example would be Drea Michelle, who made a joke about Megan Thee Stallion getting shot, and she said she wanted a relationship just like that one. Once again, light-skinned black woman got blamed for this, even though Drea is biracial. She is half black and half Italian. So you see, the black community does this all the time. They group light-skinned black women with light-skinned biracial mixed women. It is detrimental because you are erasing black people and you are letting biracial people into the culture and letting them replace you by calling them black. No other community does this but us. In the future, the black community needs to stop using the one-drop rule. We need to make the distinction from a biracial mixed person and a black person. And we need to stop grouping monoracial light-skinned black people with mixed people. They are not the same. So I'm done here. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.